This episode is brought to you by Meow Wolf. Play like a kid, pay like a kid this summer at Meow Wolf Denver. July 23rd through August 11th, you can grab your adult tickets for kids' prices for a limited time only. Come explore solo, bring your BFF, or even bring some actual kids for a cosmically cool adventure. Visit meowwolf.com/Denver to get your tickets now. Again, that's meowwolf.com/Denver to get your tickets before mom drags you back to school clothes shopping again. Ugh. This episode is brought to you by Soul Community Planet. You don't have to go away to get away. SCP Hotels in Colorado Springs is offering a special discount for Colorado locals, so you can save on your summer adventure today. Book with code CITYCAST for 20% off weekday stays. Rediscover the joy and beauty of our great state. Book your Colorado Springs locals getaway today at scphotel.com/Colorado Springs and make sure to use the code CITYCAST. That's scphotel.com/Colorado Springs. Today on CityCast Denver, are Colorado Democrats down with Brat Summer? And really, will Vice President Kamala Harris potentially being at the top of the ticket help any local races in November? Gen Z correspondent and producer Olivia Jewel Love and a special guest join me to talk politics, Trader Joe's snack rankings, and our Rocky Mountain highs and lows of the week. Today is Friday, July 26th. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Welcome back to CityCast Denver, the show about the city with the 10th worst air quality in the world this week. Did anybody else feel this?
Oh, yeah. I felt it. I felt it a lot.
Yeah, apparently it was wildfire smoke coming from our neighbors in Canada, which is crazy.
Paul's homeland.
It's Paul's fault.
Thanks a lot.
Blame Paul. Paul's not here.
That's where he is right now, probably. Making fires.
That's true. Poor Paul. No, we'll
JK,
give Paul a break.
JK Paul.
For
sorry.
Paul stands, Paul will be back next week. Paul is on a much-needed vacation.
Don't worry, Paul stands. He'll be back.
He will be back. Well, it's Friday. We're in the 5280 Magazine studios. I'm with producer Olivia Jewel Love. Hi.
Hey, everybody.
And of course, we have a great guest today, our politics and green chili correspondent, Justine Sandoval. Hello.
Howdy.
So before we get to the show, I want to let you all know that we have this cool bike scavenger hunt happening that we're doing with Bike Streets. So if you head over to the Hey Denver newsletter at denver.citycast.fm, you can play. So each Friday we share a riddle, and if you can solve the riddle, it reveals a location around the city. So you ride your bike to that location, take a photo, and send it to us. And you can be entered to win a raffle to win some cool prizes and maybe be featured in our newsletter. And we've already had a ton of people participating in this. So whether you're like a daily cyclist or someone that's just like a now and then, jump on and try it. It's really fun. I think I actually have our clue. I'll read our clue this week. Should I read our clue this week? Do you have it?
I have it.
Would you read it, Olivia?
Sure. Here, speaking in a broad way, you can terraform Mars, gather magically, and settle Catan.
Okay. So somewhere in the city.
What does it mean?
This will lead you there. We know.
No.
You don't know? Okay.
I do. But it's a secret. You have to figure it out.
You have to figure
Ride
it
your
out.
bike there. Hurry. Get there.
Again, go to denver.citycast.fm to play and learn more about it. Let's go to our top story. Biden's announcement and the impact on Dems in Colorado. So we know Biden announced on Sunday that he will not be seeking re-election, and he endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for the Democratic nomination. Justine, you're deep in politics here. You're deep in the Dems side of this thing. What are you hearing about this move?
I am in the gang. Gang. So I actually woke up from a nap on Sunday right when it was announced, and it was like, considering everything crazy been going on, like waking up from your sleep and then finding out like the most significant news of the year so far has been announced.
A little startling.
I panicked for a second, but, because this hasn't happened in modern times, really, with a presidential candidate.
Good point.
But the campaign seamlessly transitioned to endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris for the ticket, and all of the parties seemed to step in line and follow through.
And donors did too.
Donors as well, which was one of the big things I think was looming over this transitional change, is that, as soon as that happened, the money came rolling right back in, and enthusiasm went up. It was really a good move. And my big thing, too, was unless we switch over to being Team Kamala instantly, then it's not going to work. But the party seems to have
Seems like
accomplished
it
that.
did.
And yeah, I think it was my friend Bianca Emerson who was on CPR this week, and she's with Colorado Black Women for Political Action. And she said it's giving Obama vibes.
Yeah.
And I agree. I'm feeling
In the
Obama
in
vibes.
the
I say,
way-
yeah, I was a child when Obama was like, I'm like, yeah, I get it. I was actually a child. I'll see myself out.
Are you feeling this in the way like the energy around Obama?
Totally.
Like this is that kind of moment?
The energy, it's perfect timing considering Democrats are going to go into their convention next month. And it was something that a lot of Dems are not looking forward to. And I think that enthusiasm, that momentum is kind of back because the Democrats really haven't had that for a while.
Yeah.
And, it's something new, and it's now some more hope that, we can bring it home in November.
Well, and I think it was allowing folks in the Democratic Party to speak more freely all of a sudden, because I think after the debate performance, obviously there were some very vocal Dems who were like, Biden needs to go. It's time. And then there were folks that were on the other side of it. We talked to Representative Diana DeGette about this. But then there were also folks that were just not saying anything at all. And in a moment like this, it's like, you need everybody. And I think that this sort of unlocked something for a lot of Dems to say, okay, now let's get it started. Do you think it could have happened earlier, Justine?
I mean, it could have, but it didn't. And it's fine.
Yeah.
Because really, we have 4 months left until the election, and that is an eternity in campaign time.
It's also when normal people who are not involved in politics or media are actually starting
That's
to
what
think
Diana
about it.
DeGette said when we talked to her. She was like, people aren't even paying attention until
Exactly.
August. They're not even thinking about it. And then that's when they're really starting to be like, oh, yeah. Election cycle.
The process has been going on, but just for party people who, and most Americans don't understand the lengthy process from the nomination to primaries all the way up to conventions. And the conventions don't happen until the end of summer anyway. So it isn't till August, September that people really start paying attention in the last few months of the election. And so, like I said, it's a long time to campaign. And it's like you never know what's going to happen, especially in this type of election season. Things change day to day, as we've seen in just the past few weeks, how everything can take a significant turn instantly. So there is a lot of time. There's a lot of time to keep that momentum going, which is also an issue too. Like it's happy right now in this moment,
But how's
we
it gonna
still have
feel 2
to
months from
November.
now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think about the down ballot races here in Colorado? When we get to November, do you think this is going to be something that any Dems here need to does that change strategy at all?
I don't think it changes strategy, but it's definitely helpful, I think, to Dems on the ballot here in Colorado. There wasn't a lot of enthusiasm, even from people within the Democratic Party, to go out and vote in November. And this is kind of a recharge, I think, and that'll get some people off the fence who are feeling indifferent to go out again. And then the other good thing, too, is that the abortion is a ballot issue across the country right now.
And Vice President Harris is already really on this beat.
It's her thing.
It's her thing.
So it's going to be something very helpful for her in this campaign, and especially here in Colorado. It's going to get our, people who are already enthusiastic about abortion rights also enthusiastic to go and cast a vote for Kamala Harris as well.
Interesting. So maybe it's less about the campaigns happening here in the races here in Colorado and more about the issue, like particularly the abortion issue, actually pushing folks up the ballot to pay more attention or feel more empowered in this presidential race.
Absolutely. People in Colorado will undervote on the president and vote for abortion.
Really?
In 2020 on the No on 115 campaign, it outperformed the presidential candidates. So that means people opened their ballot, voted no against banning abortion in Colorado, and then sent it back and didn't vote for Biden or Trump in 2020.
That's kind of what I've been hearing from at least people in my generation, is that they're like, that's something they're really worried about, their personal liberties and rights. But, when it's coming to this singular person. I mean, I haven't heard a lot of people being super jazzed about Joe Biden. So, I mean, at least on social media, it seems like people are rallying behind Kamala.
Yeah. And we're hoping you open your ballot and don't just diss the Dems for their policies. And I think that this can help.
This will change, maybe.
Help change that for people who might have not voted for any Democrats or any political party and just voted on the issue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I guess one other thing I want to talk about before we move on to the social media thing you were talking about, Olivia. But before we get there was just this really funny moment with Governor Jared Polis. So after the announcement was made that Biden was dropping out and endorsing Vice President Harris, a lot of names were being thrown around as her possible running mate. And one of those names was our governor. And can we just hear this clip from CNN?
If she asked you to be her running mate, would you accept?
Well, Dana, we're not even there, Dan. I appreciate the question. I love the job I'm doing. You know, I love Colorado. It's great. Obviously, if somebody asks, I take a serious look at it. But my phone hasn't rung yet. Look, if they do the polling and it turns out that they need a 49-year-old balding gay Jew from Boulder, Colorado, they got my number.
That was very funny.
Olivia, analysis, Olivia.
I mean, that anchor got it right. That was very funny. I mean, you gotta kind of hand it to him on that one. That one, he was pretty quick with it there.
Yeah,
that was
a great response. Justine, how would you read that? Do you think that like he would take it seriously?
Oh, he would jump at that.
Yeah?
I think he definitely would. But no, he can make some funny jokes.
You don't think he has a chance though?
No.
No.
What? I mean,
I just don't think, Jared Polis is, I don't think you're the white guy that they're looking for.
I know. I was like, I feel like it's going to be a white guy, but I don't know which
Not him?
white guy. He's our white guy.
Yeah,
That's
he's
for sure.
our white guy. J-Po.
I was just glad he wasn't wearing a bow tie anymore. I'm glad he's moved on from that,
Yeah,
that era.
that was a pretty funny clip. Since then, he's been a little bit cringy online.
Yeah, he's really gone with the coconut emojis.
Yeah, he's trying. He does try.
And we always have to remember there's probably young folks running some politicians.
I just
social
can only
media.
imagine.
But from what I've heard, he is in charge.
Yeah, I can only imagine it coming from him, and he's like on his phone, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a hit tweet."
Yeah, I think he does
You
have
think
a
he
lot
has
of
a little more
control.
involvement in it?
So funny.
That's so interesting. Before we move on to our next topic, there's just one more CNN clip that kind of talks more about this social media thing that we're talking about, because I think, again, ever since I feel like Obama was the first president to harness the online-ness of it all because of the time frame. But now, I mean, we're in 2024. The way the social media works evolves daily. And it's interesting to see, A, how politicians are utilizing social media, but B, how the media is interpreting that use of social media. So let's play another clip from CNN.
For the record, I was tipped off about this, what I'm about to share with our viewers, by my 16-year-old
who truly
daughter,
is an
who
expert.
is an actual member of Gen Z. Kamala Harris appears to be leaning into this. The singer Charlie XCX tweeted last night, "Kamala is brat." And this is in reference to her album. It's called Brat. Kamala has branded her Kamala HQ Twitter page with the same aesthetic of the album. That's another Gen Z word, aesthetic. It's even becoming a trend on TikTok. Special Gen Z correspondent Jamie, what can you tell us about?
So first of all, just for my producer Elizabeth Stewart, who will spit out her coffee as I say this, I am supposed to say that's brat. And for those who are not in the know the way I am, that is a cool thing. It has a color. Chartreuse is the color, and Kamala Harris has adopted that for whatever social media page that is. But I have brought some notes because I knew you would want a definition. Okay, here we go. Charlie XCX, who I do know, quote, brat.
So, Olivia, do you feel though that this undermines Gen Z voters, or like maybe treats them as not being taken seriously?
I don't know if I'd go that far, honestly. I think I think that Gen Z and the girlies were having our brat summer, and then this happened, and I find it super cringe personally. I think it's really weird, but I mean, it's not unexpected. I mean, of course they're gonna. I mean, I'm thinking about people my age, mid-20s, early 20s. I don't know what the cutoff is for Gen Z. I just know I'm in it.
You're in it,
but
yeah.
like, they're in the workforce now. They're working for
Absolutely.
her campaign. They're working in media. So like, they're gonna lean into what they know is funny and what they know people are talking about. So
and they have a mastery of social media.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
I'm not
you grew up
surprised.
in it.
I'm not surprised at all that they leaned like into this for sure. And even before the actual like official channels started doing it, I mean, TikTok was blowing up with these edits of Kamala with the Brat album playing over it, and
her
it was,
laughing, and
it's just so funny. And I mean, Kamala has had funny videos forever. Like, people have been making funny edits of Kamala for, you know, as long as she's been VP. So she's like a perfect target for this. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the CNN clip is so funny because it's a bunch of people sitting around a round table. Who they introduce as the Gen Z correspondent.
and it's a woman who's
I looked into this. She covered 9/11 as a reporter.
were you
For context, I was not quite one.
Okay, I was going to say, how old were you? I was in college.
Because that was 2000.
in high school.
I was one because that was 2000.
And I think it's not to say that we can't talk about things outside of
No.
our generations, but I think in this particular case, it just like
There are
takes
Gen Z
on-
journalists.
Yes, there's a voice that's of an age group that could actually probably do a better explanation of what's going on here. That would actually be more helpful to viewers to understanding it, but it just like comes off as an SNL skit.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
they're gonna have a heyday with this. Can't
I
wait.
feel like Gen Z doesn't see any of this, and they only know it exists when it's so ridiculous and the clip starts circulating.
Yeah,
yeah.
because
But
who's
they're
watching cable news?
Yeah,
who's
no.
under a
I
certain
do not
age? I don't
know how to access that on my TV.
But I love this because speaking of like Obama vibes, in 2008, I remember the DNC had like their first like blogger social media tent, which was like a big thing in
Yeah.
2008.
Totally.
Yes.
And one of the big things that like really made Obama like resonate with, at the time we were the youth, was like they memed
Oh my god.
the crap out of him. We had like DJ Obama and all of these like different
Oh my
characters and videos. It was like lots of YouTube like mixes of Obama dancing and stuff. Same thing that they're doing now with Kamala, and it worked. It really drove like a lot of this like, you know, underground like funny jokes about this kind of that
Yeah.
the whole generation had that like the outside world, the CNN analysts didn't understand. And
So maybe it's just another avenue to get folks engaged, right? I mean,
it's my favorite.
It's
Like
funny.
honestly, it's so entertaining.
It's funny, and like I've got another clip I'll play for you guys. I don't know if we'll keep this in, but I've just got
Fox News
the Fox News one.
So, I mean, I don't know how these memes actually help her because they speak to the truth that she's an unserious person. The laughter is the thing that people will immediately go, please make this end. So, sorry to pee on your coconut parade, Jessica.
Wow. All right. That's what I expect from you. So, Dana, one of the great things about the internet is
Anybody can get it.
Anyone can get it. And
Unless you live in
awkward-
rural America. Thanks,
No,
Joe Biden.
because no, they have expanded broadband. I don't need to do it, but you know how much broadband's been there. The awkwardness is an asset on the internet, and you are seeing that.
All
come
right.
to
Well,
life
I'm
in
just
all this.
saying that, like, if I was going to be the first woman president, I would really want to be taken seriously. I'm for memes. I think that the whatever, but if you're too online and if you're just focused on the too online audience on both sides, you're going to lose a whole bunch of people who are saying, can we just have somebody normal?
Do you really want brats to run this country? They already do enough damage.
You don't understand the essence of Brat Summer.
I stand corrected.
Katie, millennial it up.
I think the white boy summer memes are going to take over. Like the Hulk Hogan memes beat out these memes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Whoever the girl is that just said you don't understand the essence of Brat Summer, hard agree.
Yes.
yeah.
Hard agree. But he said he does not want brats ruling our country or whatever.
Brad's already ruined the country.
He's like, we don't want them. We don't want them in charge of stuff. It's like, girl, you don't know what a brat is. Bye.
Well, just thinking about the youth vote and youth engagement, Justine, do you see that on the campaigning side? I mean, you work on issues like abortion. I don't know. What are you seeing from Gen Z?
You know, so I feel like Gen Z is so unbothered by whatever everyone's saying. They're like, you know, it is funny. And it's like the way that a generation is approaching like the ridiculousness of a lot of these things.
It's like these folks are forgetting like political cartoons and SNL skits and all these other ways that previous generations have poked fun.
I mean, The Daily Show exists because that came from a
Exactly.
time when people like Gen X was, you know, making fun of politics and the absurdity that goes from
this
day
is
to day.
just the current day interpretation and the avenues that young folks use to create that kind of art and commentary. It's like
and
not
too
that
much focus
complicated.
on it is crazy because it's not the thing that's going to win or lose an election, but it is a piece that brings a crowd in that really is fed up with
Totally.
both sides of the aisle.
Totally. And this maybe is one of the ways that your voices get heard.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Well, I hope they haven't ruined that album because I do love that Charlie XCX album and I don't want to think about these people every time I listen to
Good
360.
album. Brat Summer is good. We don't need it on CNN and Fox.
No,
so
we
just
don't.
if you don't get it, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's not for you. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Trader Joe's Snack Mania.
Hi, I'm David Plotz, the CEO of CityCast. The best way to learn a language is immersion, living where the language is spoken and using it every day. That's how I learned French as a kid. But if that's not in the cards for you this year, you can still learn a language the second best way, and that's with Babbel. I live in a city with a huge immigrant population. You probably do too. And in my hometown, a lot of my new neighbors speak Spanish as a first language, and we have lots of great Mexican and Central American and South American restaurants and stores. I wanted to be able to communicate just a little bit better with some of my neighbors. So I started with Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that actually works. And after just a few extremely enjoyable weeks learning Spanish with Babbel, I've already gotten comfortable ordering at a restaurant and eavesdropping on my girlfriend's conversations with her mom. Look, learning a language isn't always easy, but with Babbel it is fun and it feels useful, basically immediately. That's why Babbel has over 16 million subscriptions sold. Plus, all of Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by their 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's a special limited-time deal for CityCast listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/citycast. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/citycast. Spelled BABBEL.com/citycast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by Denver Health. Denver Health has introduced a new resource for the community that is completely free and confidential. If you, a loved one, or a patient is struggling with substance use disorder, call 720-928-2127. This hotline offers essential resources and guidance to anyone, even young people over the age of 12, and provides information about treatment options from a place of zero judgment. If you are living with substance use disorder, help is just a call away. And there's no pressure. You get to choose what's best for you. There are absolutely no requirements to participate. This is just a community resource dedicated to helping you navigate your options. Denver Health offers compassionate support and is dedicated to helping you find the best substance treatment resources regardless of the situation. Call 720-928-2127 or visit denverhealth.org/treatment today. That's 720-928-2127 or visit denverhealth.org/treatment. All right, we're back. We've got another CityCast Top 5 list based on science and facts, as producer Olivia Jewel Love likes to put it. Today we're talking about Trader Joe's because... Why are we talking about Trader Joe's?
There's a new one coming.
A new one. Hopefully it has a better parking lot.
Westminster in 2025. Get ready, folks.
And we thought, what a better reason than to talk about Trader Joe's snacks. We had Attorney General Phil Weiser on a couple of months ago, and I asked him about this because we were talking about grocery store mergers, and he's also a TJ stan. His favorite is the hold the cones, which are tiny ice cream cones, and
like
I'm with
drumsticks, kind
him.
of.
So good. Justine, what do you have on your list?
I like the tiny ice cream cones. I always get me some of those. But I like the everything but the elote seasoning. And I will go and buy like 5 bottles of it so I don't have to go back to Trader Joe's for a while. Like I go and I do a stock up because as much as I like it there, like it's not my regular grocery spot, but I go to get specific things that need to be in the pantry. I also like their dark chocolate peanut butter cups. And then they have the orange chicken, the frozen orange chicken.
Their frozen
So
meals,
good.
honestly, that's my
Amazing.
feed my family dinner hack is one of their frozen things. Add maybe some fresh veggies.
Feed my Olivia hack.
Yeah. And they also have these crackers that have like fig in them.
Wow.
And they're like raisin rosemary
Whoa.
crackers. And
That's
they have goat
highbrow.
cheese.
Can I ask about the elote seasoning? So that's like everything
God.
bagel, but it's everything elote. It's like all the flavors.
Yeah, so it's like limey, cheesy, spicy, but it's the best because it tastes really good on corn, of
Yeah, I was
course.
going to say, what do you put it on? Other than corn?
But I make popcorn old school style, like my grandma on the stove.
On the stove?
And then I drizzle with a little olive oil and shake that on. Oh my God. That's like my evening
try this.
munchies addiction is everything but the elote seasoning popcorn.
That's pretty healthy
So
too.
good.
That's kind of like a good for you snack.
I
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
I love
Wow,
it.
heart
I, like,
healthy.
lick the bowl
Oh, well,
because I gotta get all those calories.
all that olive oil, olive oil, heart healthy, right? That's what they say.
Well, Olivia, you have a top 5 list for us.
Yes, I brought my top
Trader Joe's
5.
snacks.
This is based on science and facts, and I've done extensive research,
okay.
which is called me going to Trader Joe's
That's the best way to do it.
and
Wander the aisles, see what you haven't seen.
Yeah, so
get
it's-
your favorite. Get 5 of your favorites.
It was
as Justine
hard.
would do.
I will
do that
say
same thing.
here's a caveat. I don't think that I've ever gotten anything from Trader Joe's that I didn't like. So this was hard.
Really, I've gotten some snacks where I'm like, wouldn't do this again.
I don't know that I've ever disliked anything from Trader Joe's. I really
You're their target customer.
I truly am, and I'm always going there buying flowers. I love their flowers. I love
Great
to,
flowers, dollar greeting
yeah.
cards.
Yep, their cards are super cute. So I'm a huge Trader Joe's stan. But all right, so we'll start with number 5.
Number 5,
Pumpkin ice cream. They've got
Okay.
it in the fall.
like pumpkin spice ice cream. or-
Pumpkin flavored ice cream. So there's some spices in there. I'm gonna put you on for a second here. So
I'm so excited.
pumpkin. I'm gonna say the word wrong because I'm not Italian. Okay, don't flame me. So you take a scoop of the pumpkin ice cream, put it in your mug, pour espresso over it. Then you got a pumpkin affogato.
Oh yeah.
So you got your pumpkin spice latte, but I raise you pumpkin affogato.
okay.
So good. Anyway,
Are you a pumpkin spice girly?
I like
otherwise?
pumpkin. Yep.
Justine, what about you?
I've grown to like pumpkin. When I was younger, I wasn't into it. Now I've got like my old lady taste buds. I'm like, ooh, spice cake, pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I love it. It reminds my mom would make pumpkin chocolate chip muffins for breakfast in the fall. I
nice.
know. So I love pumpkins. So this one's on the list for sure. And their ice cream's just good. I think
I have to try their ice cream. I have to be honest. I've
I
never
think it's
had
good. Okay, and then number 4. I don't have the exact name of this. So sorry, but it comes in one of those big plastic tubs. The dunking cookies. They're like the long cylindrical cookies, the chocolate chip ones, and they're made to like dunk in your coffee or your milk or hot chocolate or whatever.
They're actually called dunkers. There you go.
I knew.
You knew.
And they're just like perfectly formulated and made so that they dunk into whatever liquid. And they're so good.
They really are innovative with their shapes.
The
of
shape is
things.
perfect, and they come in a big plastic tin, so if your cat sits on it, it won't crush them.
Oh, good.
So if anyone else has that problem,
Obese cat approved.
not obese, just
Pleasantly plump.
plump. But yes, so they're great. Dip them in your coffee. They also have kind of like a little bit of a hint of coconut in them.
Ooh.
They're really good.
Yeah,
Get those.
I do love the shape and size, though. They're really good with sizes, shapes, the easy access for snacking, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
They figured it out.
You would also expect those to be broken because they're like long, and
But they're not.
most of them aren't broken, which I know. Okay, quality.
Quality.
Okay, next one, number 3, sparkling coconut yuzu drink.
Ooh.
This is so good. So I love all their little sparkling juices they have. They come in like a pack of 4 cans. I've had the
Oh, I've had
sparkling
apple,
strawberry.
yeah.
I've had the sparkling watermelon. But the sparkling coconut yuzu is so good. And like, I'm not someone who's like counting calories or anything, but they're like,
It might be a good alternative to pop.
Oh, it's
what you're saying.
It's not super
ton of
super
sugar.
high in calories. I mean, it has sugar because it's fruit,
Sure.
but it doesn't have like added sugar and stuff. And they're so good. It's so refreshing. And I haven't done it because like every time I get one, I just want to drink them. But I bet if you wanted to make like a little mixed drink or a
I was
mocktail,
thinking this seems like a good mixer.
oh, they're so good. I wish they sold them in like a 12-pack. They're so good. This drink, and it's like got coconut water in it. So I'm like, maybe it's hydrating.
It's
I
healthy.
don't know. But yeah, definitely try that one. Okay. Number 2, everything but the bagel, cashews and almonds.
Okay.
So good. It's that everything but the bagel seasoning, and they've put it all over a bag of cashews and almonds mixed together.
I want to be in their test kitchen when I come across things like this.
This is-
How did they come with
This
this
is
combination?
amazing. I have housed an entire bag of these in like a day before. And
Flavor, texture.
texture amazing because it's got those little seeds and stuff on the outside on a a roasted almond and cashew. And they're whole almonds, whole cashew, so it's like you're getting that premium.
The premium deluxe
You know,
nut mix.
Yeah,
Justine, we lived through the nuts are protein phase of things. I know you probably had
Are
those
they
in your
not?
bag in college. No, but
Oh.
like I remember it being a big thing.
Having a bag of almonds.
Yeah.
I love
This kind of like elevates it.
I have
My
been a
mom still.
cashew. I have been a cashew girly through and through. I have a bag of almonds in my bag right. I love.
Yeah.
Mixed
Cashews
nuts.
are they're kind of softer.
They're
a good nut.
Cashews make me think you're rich. If you have cashews, you're bougie. You're
That's how I feel
bougie.
about Marcona almonds.
That's why I like Trader Joe's because you can get nuts for like a good price.
Yeah,
But, like
that's
cashews
true.
is like you're rich. So,
Yeah, they have a good nut
but
selection.
yeah, try everything but the bagel, cashews, and almonds. So good, and of course the seasoning. It's great. But all right,
Number one.
number one, Scandinavian swimmers.
Oh my God, my husband loves these.
The Scandinavian swimmers.
It's their Swedish fish.
It's their Swedish
that's what
fish,
I thought.
but they also have like there's little the red ones are lobsters. There's like blue dolphins and little like yellow seahorses in there.
Why are these
They're-
number one?
The texture is perfect. It's got. I was explaining this to you the other day. I think on election night. They're perfectly al dente. It's just it's
They're an al dente.
it's the outside is a little bit of a tooth to it, and you bite in, and then they're always soft. They're never hard. I've never had one that's like you get a bag of gummies and they're hard. Never. They're always perfect. They have a sour variety if you're into
I was gonna
that.
say my husband loves.
Yeah.
Greg
Yeah.
loves the sour.
I'm
variety.
a sour.
He's sour.
They have the sour variety. They're just like always good. I've never had a bad bag of them.
Is it better than Swedish fish to you? If you're a Swedish fish person?
I think so. I like the variety in it, and I think that the size of the lobster is better than the Swedish fish. The Swedish fish is pretty flat. I like the little bit of
the shape.
the
Again,
shape
we're
of
back to
the
shapes.
shape. The lobster, the attention to detail, so good. So
Okay.
Scandinavian swimmers, you're not going to break the bank. Budget.
Although we all know, someone tweeted this. It was just like Trader Joe's is not a real grocery store.
No,
It's like
that's
a
why this is my
snacks
snack
grocery
list.
store.
I mean, except for my frozen meals. I mean,
Frozen meals, but like
Yeah, or
Well-
like quick meals that you're just.
they have. Yeah, their frozen burritos are okay.
They have a
stuff
good
like that.
Greek salad.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
their salads are good.
I like a lemon orzo salad. I like too.
Oh yeah,
Salads
that
are
is
good.
a good one.
Their
good one to go.
frozen soup dumplings.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've never
Also
had
good.
those.
They have some pretty good frozen pasta too. I am a big Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
fan.
their frozen tikka masala is good too. They have like the lunch microwave.
Yes,
ones.
I love that. I
They're
also
really good.
got some little sparkling wine coolers from there the other day for like $5.
I
They
know
also
the liquor store is so
okay.
cheap.
They also sell.
They do.
They sell a brand of wine that is kind of insultingly cheap because it's called Love Olivia, And so I buy it because
It's called Love
Love
Olivia?
Olivia, but it's like $4 a bottle. And I
I
feel
can't believe this is not on your top 5 list.
I feel slightly insulted because it's literally like $4 a bottle, and it's like not great, but like it is $4. But I'm like, why is the wine named after me only $4? And I like found a bottle of wine at like Total Wine or something called Mason, which is my brother's name, and it was like $30, and I was like really offended. I was
Mason's
like, what the
a pricey
hell?
guy.
Yeah, I guess.
You're a cheap date.
Love Olivia.
Rude.
It's cheap too.
The bottle is cute. The bottle is cute. It's really aesthetic wine, but anyway.
Well, you can go shopping at one of the many Trader Joe's in the city, and starting in 2025, you can go to Westminster. I might just go to the Westminster one to check it out, because I'll be honest with you, I go to the one by Southwest Plaza because I like the layout of the store better.
Yeah,
I drive all the way out there.
Is that by me? What is Southwest Plaza?
It's like Littleton.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not-
that's the one by me.
Is
by
that the
the
one you-
by the designer shoe warehouse
Yeah.
and the Red Lobster.
Yeah, I've been to that Red Lobster many times. I think it's still
Endless
open,
shrimp.
Is it gonna be the one?
I think that's the one that
It might be.
that's where you get your endless shrimp.
But let us know if you go to the Westminster one in 2025. Let us know how it is.
We'll be waiting.
We'll be waiting. Okay, one more break, and we will be back with our Rocky Mountain highs and lows of the week. This episode is brought to you by Pine Melon, the farmer's market delivered. Miss the farmer's market this weekend? Don't fret. Pine Melon has got you covered, delivering Colorado's freshest local produce straight to your doorstep. Pine Melon is a next-generation grocery delivery app that partners with over 200 local farmers, ranchers, and producers in Colorado. With a mission to transform Denver's food system, empower local makers, and promote community well-being, they make supporting local both easy and rewarding. Enjoy high-quality meats, eggs, and dairy from small local farms, as well as a wide variety of pantry staples, all delivered straight to you. The best part? Pine Melon offers same-day delivery to Denver and Boulder within a 2-hour window. No subscription necessary. Support local today and use promo code CityCastDenver for $75 off your first delivery at pinemelon.com. Enjoy the best of the farmers market, even when you can't make it there yourself. And we're back. It's our Rocky Mountain highs and lows of the week. Things that ruled, things that sucked. We'll start with fails so we can end on a high note. Justine, what's your fail?
So my fail this week was some news I heard on TikTok, because I'm down with Gen Z. But it was actually a big national story. But Denver Broncos running back legend Terrell Davis was handcuffed and detained on a
Unbelievable.
United flight after being falsely accused by the flight attendant of hitting them when
He tapped their arm to ask a question.
and all the passengers backed up the story that he tapped him on the arm. He didn't do anything that was assaulting. He was trying to get the flight attendant's attention because his son needed a cup of ice. And it just spiraled. When the plane landed, they put him in handcuffs.
in front of
and
his family.
Yes. And, it's just another example of, question of racial bias and treating people this way on, flights and all types of other scenarios. People of color being wrongly accused of things.
Of
So
doing literally
nothing.
nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
So really made me mad. And also, you don't mess with Terrell Davis.
I know. I was like, that was
TD.
it's never the right person, but that was really the wrong person.
It's extra insulting because of the racial bias, but also to Broncos
He's
country.
He's a Denver legend. He's a Denver sweetheart.
So super disappointed to hear that, and I'm glad I've heard that United is trying to make it right, but damage has been done. And
They've been having a tough couple weeks.
Yeah.
Not looking good.
I just like when I read that story though, I was like, I've tapped a flight attendant on the shoulder or the arm so many times.
Yeah.
It's like this is commonplace. So clearly there was other things at play. Okay, well I'll go really quick. Columbine Steakhouse cannot catch a break. Third burglary in the last couple years. Someone drove into the back of the building and stole steaks.
Stole the meats.
Stole the meats.
Wrong.
But also
wrong.
damaged their pipes. It started flooding. This is a family-owned, cash-only restaurant that's been in Denver since 1961. We don't have a lot of these things left. Come on.
Go
drive
to Outback.
Yeah, I was driving to the back of a Texas Roadhouse or something.
Seriously, this is a hood crime.
Yeah.
And I feel like, no, this can be solved by the hood. So I mean, we have snitching stuff, but seriously, you should look in to see who these people are and check your homies.
Yeah.
Leave Columbine alone.
Yeah, if someone shows up with some really nice steaks to the cookout,
Oh, yeah.
Call us.
be like, yeah, call us on the
Because I feel bad the
missing
family
steak
doesn't.
hotline.
Well, yeah, let us know. We'll put them on Front Street. But like the family's going to be closed till they don't know how long. I mean, this is also they have servers and cooks that need to work. Like this just like
It's very
messes
sad.
up a very like a part of our economy that's really important. And so my heart goes out to the family that have been running it, the same family since 1961. I was just in LA and we went to a couple of restaurants that had been open since like the 60s. And I was like, Denver doesn't have a ton of these left. So the ones that we do, like Columbine Steakhouse, you need to take care of. So, and whoever did that, it's loser behavior.
Yeah, that sucks.
Big losers.
Boo.
Gonna find you.
Oh,
You might want to edit that out.
Justine's on the way.
Justine is not like. All right, Olivia.
So this happened like last week, but a remaining Red Lobster in Pueblo found a not a red lobster, but an orange lobster in their shipment of lobsters to their restaurant. And whoever was unpacking the lobsters was like, hey, this is weird. This is unusual. And turns out it was like a super rare lobster. So they were like, oh my God, let's save
he got
him.
to live.
So he got to live. So they were like, yes, like we're gonna save this man. Also, it's red lobster, not orange lobster. So
Lucky for him.
apparently the Pueblo Zoo didn't have room for Mr. Orange Lobster. So my fail is that he got sent to the downtown aquarium in Denver.
Where they serve
The place
lobster.
that serves lobster and fish and other seafood.
He thought he was going to get a break.
I don't think he's going to get eaten, but just having to watch that every day, I'm like, wow, you escaped, but at what cost? So,
I know,
and
the
also,
picture they showed
they've
is so
sh-
sad.
they've
It's
showed
just
his
like him in a sad tank with a Broncos helmet.
Yeah, he's in a pretty sad little tank by himself. So it's just really kind of a sad.
His name is Crush.
Crush.
Orange
Crush the orange.
Wow. Came to the right.
That's a
lobster.
sweet old Denver Broncos ref, if anybody's wondering. Orange Crush.
So he escaped, but he is unfortunately at the Denver Aquarium where he will be watching people dine on lobster and fish and other seafoods. So
Our heart goes out to you, Orange Crush.
Orange Crush, I'm so sorry that
sorry
you
about that.
survived to have that fate.
What a life to be just
It's
in the ocean,
so
this rare
up and
lobster,
down.
and somehow end up in Pueblo, Colorado.
So confusing. He comes out of the box and they're like, you look weird. And then they ship him to Denver. And now
they
he's
put
got
him in a tourist attraction.
God, poor guy. He thought he made it. Anyway.
Okay. Well, let's go on to our wins, our Rocky Mountain highs of the week. I'll start. Urban Peak opened its mothership shelter this week. It triples their capacity, and they can serve 3 times as many young people as they were before. So what's really cool is it has like an overnight shelter. It has sort of community spaces, but it also has apartments above for a lot. I mean, I know a lot of youth who age out of the foster system end up homeless, and I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like trying to learn how to get my first apartment without the support I had from my family. So it's really incredible that Urban Peak is providing this for young people on the margins. And it's a really beautiful building. It looks super cool. It's like over in Rosedale or Platt Park. And I don't know. It seems like a really incredible thing, and I hope that we can have more of these things. But Urban Peak has grown. And I know a lot of friends who've come through Urban Peak who were served by them as teenagers. And this just lets the next generation of folks have a leg up in a cool way and create a cool space that feels like you actually probably want to be there. So
That's great.
Shout out to the new mothership at Urban Peak. Justine, what's your win?
So my win this week came from a notice I got in my neighborhood that Curtis Mestizo Park is getting a new pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The swimming pool has been closed for the last few summers, and we were told that it was going to be remodeled. Well, the city let the community know that it is beyond repair. So they were going to be building a brand new facility, which kind of, sucks for the youngins in the neighborhood who aren't going to have a pool for another summer or two.
Yeah.
But to put it in perspective, we haven't had an upgrade on the pool since I was a kid in like the early 90s. So it would be really cool to see that pool get upgraded and for our future community to have a really cool swimming spot right in the neighborhood.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'm glad that was the outcome because I know initially I was like, oh no, they have to close the pool. But this means they get something better.
Oh, yeah. I thought they were totally going to be like, we're closing the pool now, so no more pool. But then they said, we're going to build you a brand new one.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Our rec center pools are so amazing. Olivia, what's your win?
My win is probably felt a lot in the journalism and media community, but it's has to do with the non-compete clauses. So back, I think, end of May, maybe June, the FTC put a ban on non-compete clauses, and it's going to go into full effect in September. But this ban they put into effect actually has been upheld in court as of this week. A Pennsylvania judge denied an injunction of a business trying to block the rule. They were trying to
enforce.
They're trying to have these non-competes, and the Biden administration was like, no.
I love this turn. Honestly,
the judge was like, nope,
we're just not doing this anymore.
You can't do it. So as of now, virtually all non-compete agreements with bosses will be banned and voided beginning on September 4th. And so for people that don't know, this is a big thing in the journalism industry, especially in broadcast journalism. So like pretty much every TV station anyone who works there signs a non-compete, meaning that if they leave,
they can't go
after they're, within their contract time, they can't go to any competing stations within their city. So if they needed to get a new job for whatever reason, they would have to move markets.
And that's a big ask.
And it can be, the contracts sometimes are years. They say you can't compete within years. And it happens in a lot of different industries. I think I read something that said like almost 20% of Americans are in a non-compete clause for their work.
Which just hems up your rights as an employee. And I think what's really interesting I've seen in this conversation about NDAs and non-competes is, well, if work environments were just better, then we wouldn't have to require these things because generally they're in place to punish the employee when something maybe outside of their control happens. And so this is an absolutely great thing.
This is a huge win for people in all sorts of industries, but especially journalists won't have to uproot themselves if they need to switch jobs. So shout out to this judge who denied this injunction.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good note to end on. Well, Justine, Olivia, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah, great time.
And we want to know, what's your top Trader Joe's snack? Give us a call on the TJ's Crunchy Munchy hotline at 720-500-5418 and let us know. That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. Our producers this week were Paul Caroli, Olivia Jewel Love, Francisco Kilgore, Selena C.A. Reynolds, and Natalie Rivera. Peyton Garcia and Natalia Aldana write our morning newsletter, Hey Denver. I'm Bree Davies, your host. Our music is by Los Mocochetes with additional mixing by Tyler Lindgren. If you haven't already, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, follow us on Instagram at CityCast Denver, and tell a Trader Joe's employee about us next time you see them. You can sign up for our daily newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. See you next week.
I go to everything in the suburbs. I don't
do
anything in Denver.
I
go
I'm
west.
the same way, Justine.
Yeah.
I do too.
I'm like, ooh, they're building a new whatever in Arvada. That's good for me.
Not you guys hanging out in my neighborhood, just shopping.